Hey, welcome everybody to this class. I am your teacher, Spence from Seattle. I currently live in Bogota, but originally I am from Seattle and I speak Spanish and English. I've studied a few other languages, but I want to make sure that we have a chance to introduce our students. Daniel, could you tell us where you're from and maybe a little bit about what you do?
Well, hi, Spence. Hi, Isa. I'm Daniel from Colombia, from Bogota, Colombia, actually. Um, I'm a journalist and I have been working as communication manager since around 7 or 8 years ago. Um, and I have been working in corporate communication around 15 years ago. Um, I don't know what else do you know?
No?
Do you want to know? Maybe.
That's okay. Yeah, no, great to have you in the class. And Isa, if you want to introduce yourself and just tell us quickly what you do and where you're from.
Thank you, Spence, Daniel. My name is Isa. I'm from Colombia. I work in a company as manager. The name of company is Douglas Trade. It's an agency of marketing. I am working in this company around 25 years ago and started business administration. And I specialized in logistics. I was working around throughout my life, or my whole life in logistics. I'm single, have one son, a dog,
A
also
parrot, a bird.
a parrot. Yes, yes, yes. That is all of me.
Okay,
That is all
cool.
about me.
Awesome. Okay, great to have you in the class. Let's start off by just introducing the topic. So, Daniel, or sorry, do you prefer Daniel or Danielle?
Daniel.
Danielle. Okay. Danielle, can you read the title for today's lesson?
Okay. Are zoos morally right?
Yep, are zoos morally right? We're going to be talking about zoos today, and today is a communication lesson. So there will be lots of opportunities to talk and share your opinions. We're doing B2, so upper intermediate. I think we're all in the right place. Isa, could you read the goals for us? Oh, you're on mute right now. You're still on mute. Um, we can't hear you, Isa.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
Excuse me.
yeah. Okay.
Learning outcomes. I can read a test about the purpose of zoos and summarize the key points in it. I
Hmm.
can give arguments for and against zoo and give clear reasons to support my views.
Okay, perfect. So we'll have a brief text that we'll read to kind of give us some subject matter. And then we're going to work on summarizing key points. And we'll also be doing arguments for and against. So giving your opinion, that's always a very important skill. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Daniel, can you read the first two facts about zoos for us?
Okay. The first zoo was founded in Paris in 1794.
Hmm.
The San Diego Zoo has over 4,500 animals from 900 species.
Hmm. Perfect. Okay. And let's see, Isa, can you read the other two zoo facts for us?
Okay. At least 7,000 million people per year visit a zoo. In Japan, zookeepers practice animal escapes by dressing dressing up
Dressing.
in animal costumes.
Mhm.
Costumes.
And one more time on that number.
700 million.
Yeah, 700. Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. Um, Danielle, did you find any of the facts on the previous page surprising?
Uh, no, not really. Maybe
No?
the only one, no, the zookeepers about the dressing up in animal costume, but it's not so like it didn't blow my mind. If
It didn't blow my mind. Okay. So
yes.
the
Mm,
thing about um okay, so the thing about dressing up like animals was new to me. So yeah, that's a good use of like casual language. The thing about, yeah, that's good. And then you also used a good phrase. It didn't blow my mind.
this blows my mind.
What does that mean, Danielle?
That for example, when you find um, a very a very a thing that really surprised you or something like that, that you say, oh, I didn't I couldn't see that on or something like that. It's like, wow, blow my mind.
Mhm. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, it's a really good phrase. Okay, and then what about for you, Isa? Did you find any of the facts surprising from this slide?
Yes, the San Diego Zoo has over 4,500 animals from 900 species. That is
Hmm.
it's a huge zoo because if you compare with Colombia, so it's, it's very important.
Mm. Yeah, so we have lots of different animals, lots of different species. Um,
Yeah,
I was gonna joke that they're all like rats or something. Like they just have a lot of rats, but probably
yeah,
not true.
yeah.
So yeah, no, they probably have a lot of different animals. 400 or 900 different species of animals.
So yeah,
Okay.
it's crazy. Because in Colombia, yeah, we have zoos, but then I never see that information about for it's too much for me. So
Mm-hmm.
I went to Orlando, I went to United States and then Animals Kingdom in Orlando,
Hmm.
but that is the most important zoo I visited.
So, and this is a difference between Spanish and English, that in Spanish, when you say demasiado, it can mean like that there's a bad amount or just a lot of something. But in English, when you say too many, it's always bad, that it's always a bad
Mm.
thing. So if you said there were
Okay.
too many animals, it would be like, oh, like it's bad how many animals there are.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a difference there.
Okay.
Um, okay.
Hmm.
And then we had a new person join us, Nata. Nata, do you just want to introduce yourself really quickly? Let us know where you're from and what you do for a living.
Hello, excuse me. Um, I am. Did you ask about my age?
Oh no,
Or
just your where you're from and what do you do for a living?
okay, I am from Colombia, Bogota, Colombia, and
Mm-hmm.
in this moment I am a teacher. So also I have an entrepreneurship, and in there I give some classes too and organize all about that business.
Oh, okay. Cool. Entrepreneurship. That's neat. As someone who teaches and kind of runs my own business, teaching, yeah, that's something that's interesting to me. And is it okay to call you Nata for the class?
Excuse me?
Or like for your name, what do you want to go by?
What do I want to what?
Do you want me to call you like Natalie or do you want me to call you Nata?
Uh, uh, Whatever. Not,
Whatever.
not whatever.
Not Nata. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so we're talking about zoos today. We have some interesting facts about zoos on the screen right now. Um, for me, the one that was the most surprising was that the first zoo wasn't founded until 1794. So that means that before that year, there were no zoos in the world. That to me, that's rather surprising. Um, okay. I'll start with you, Nata. Is there a zoo where you live? Is there a zoo in Bogota?
No, in Bogota, there's no a zoo.
Okay, where is the
Maybe,
nearest zoo?
I don't know. Maybe I know one in Panaca, but that is very far. So no, I don't know. Near maybe as a park, a natural park or something, but zoo, I don't know.
Oh, okay. I saw Danielle smile. Do you know Danielle, where the nearest zoo is?
Uh, the nearest zoo is in Santa Cruz Zoo. That is in a town
Necesitas
close
del
to
colegio.
Bogota. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
I
no,
remember.
is close, but I guess further away. It's close to Santandercito and the Salto de Tequendama.
Yeah,
That's the like the way that. But Bogota is far from Bogota for the traffic jam.
Oh,
So,
oh yeah.
but
Yeah, the traffic jam.
yeah.
Traffic jam. So
traffic jam.
Bogota is famous for traffic jams. That's when cars cannot move due to there being too many cars. Yeah, so if there's too many cars and none of the cars can move, we call that a traffic jam. Um, okay. Yeah, and you all live in Bogota, so that would be the nearest zoo for all of you, I guess. Um, was Santa Cruz, right?
Yes. Santa
Santa Cruz.
Cruz Zoo
Is it closer than Villa de Leyva or equally far?
is closer than Villa
Just
de Leyva.
closer.
Oh,
For
okay.
if you take into account for distance,
Hmm.
the kilometers, it's close, but maybe in some times and some hours could be take you more time. For example, I live in Bogota, in the northwest border, and
Hmm.
from here, maybe it for me could be less time to arrive to Villa de Leyva because the highway is a little better than to go to
Hmm.
Santa Cruz. So Villa de Leyva is more than 100 kilometers, and Santa Cruz so could be like 45. But the road to arrive there is a little bit worse. So
Hmm. Yeah, so we could say you have to drive through Bogota to get there. And we could say like taking into consideration,
mhm.
um, like when we're talking about like one of the dimensions, like distance, time, taking into consideration the size of Bogota. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we have a little reading passage. So the reading passage, it's just this page and the next page. So we'll break it up into two parts. So we'll start with Isa. Let me see if I can find the tool. There it is. Isa, if you want to read from the top to where it says welfare.
Okay. Why should animals be kept in zoos? Firstly, a zoo provides many people with the only chance they will get to see a large number of animals in real life. This okay? Or continue?
Oh, to the red line, to the where it says welfare.
Okay. This human contact means that we are more connected with animals and perhaps more invested in their welfare. Natalia, pass the screen and you can read.
Yeah, I'll reshare the screen maybe.
Yeah,
So let me reshare because that might be the issue.
exactly.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Can everybody see the screen now?
I see.
Thumbs up.
I see.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And welcome. Is it Wilmer?
Yeah. Wilmer.
Well, it looks like
Hello.
Willimer.
Wilmer, yes, it's Wilmer, but the people say me Wilmer.
Okay. For the purposes of our class, which do you prefer? Oh, Willimer. Which do you prefer for your name?
Wilmer, it's okay for me. I prefer Wilmer,
Okay.
if
Okay.
you want.
Wilmer. Cool. Okay. So welcome. So we're just talking about zoos today, whether they're ethical or unethical. And so we had Isa was reading the first argument in favor of why we should keep or why zoos should be kept. So Natha, if you, or sorry, yeah, Nata, if you want to finish the paragraph from the word welfare.
Since welfare,
Yeah, from welfare. Yeah.
okay. It makes people conscious of the diversity in the natural world and thus raise awareness of animal conservation.
Okay. So if you were to take that argument, Nata, how would you summarize what they're arguing in this first paragraph?
About all the text, or
No, like what's the main idea of what they're trying to say?
okay. Um, the topic is about the zoo. The zoo.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
in the test, they are talking about that in the zoo we can find many animals
Hmm.
to, and they live there.
Hmm.
I don't know what does it mean with welfare. I don't know that word. Excuse me, welfare.
Okay. Yeah. So
It's
welfare,
like a wellness.
um, like well-being, yeah, well-being. Um,
Mm.
yeah, it's sort of like welfare. Yeah,
Okay,
so like
so the the what this says about the meaning or the main
hmm
idea is that in the zoo we can find animals, and in the zoo we can they can be, or they can live better because they are like the people, and there are some people that are taking care from there, and also we can be more connected with them, with the animals.
Yeah, so animals can live better in zoos and they can be protected there. Yeah,
Yes.
perfect. Okay, cool. Oh, sorry. Um, okay. So let's take this first sentence here, and we will have Wilmer, if you want to read from zoo to kingdom.
Okay. Zoos often save in the raised spaces and usually have breeding programs for these animals, which might have died out in the wild. In this way, zoos are preserving the diversity of the animal kingdom.
Okay. And here we have endangered species. It's kind of a tough one. Do you know what an endangered species is, Wilmer?
Not yet, teacher.
Okay. We'll get there. Can anyone help?
So
What is an endangered species? Or either of the words, endangered or
Like
species.
in dangers.
Okay, so
So,
what is
so species in
mhm.
dangers.
So actually not dangerous, no. Um, so endangered means that they are like experiencing the danger of disappearing
Ah,
forever.
okay.
Yeah, endangered is the yeah. And then a species, Isa, what is a species?
Like types of animals.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
different kind of
species,
animals,
type of animal.
like a breed,
Like a what?
como the breeds, como las
Like
razas,
birds?
races, breeds. Yeah.
Oh, breeds. Yeah, like breeds. Yeah. Yeah, similar to breeds of
Ah,
animal.
exactly. Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, like a breed would be similar, yeah, similar to species.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay. And then Danielle, can you finish the paragraph for us from good to wild?
Okay. Good zoos are accredited, and animals in these zoos are well fed and well looked after. These zoos also provide animals with habitats similar to those they will find in the wild,
Okay. So what is a habitat, Daniel?
like um, like the real environmental where they actually live in normal conditions.
Hmm. Yeah, so the conditions within which the animal lives would be the habitat. Um, so if
Ecosystem,
we
maybe
have,
like close to the ecosystem or something like that, like the natural way for them.
yeah, so we could make a distinction. We could talk about like a natural habitat, like where they actually live, versus like an artificial habitat,
Mhm.
like somewhere like a house or a cage. Um, let's see. Okay. Who can summarize an argument for me from the text? Can anybody give me one of the arguments in favor of zoos that's being put forward?
Mm, in favorable zoos, uh, they preserve some species.
Hmm.
Or
Yeah.
for example, some animals they don't have or they need an special cares. The zoo have different what do you say? different activities for provide food, medicines, and it's not necessary for money because I know that in other contexts the people see like a business, but it's not necessarily just business.
Yeah, so some of these are nonprofits, exactly. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And we have accreditation or accredited, this word here. Oh, oops, let me get the highlighter. This word here, accredited, that means that like there's a third party organization that looks and says this is a good zoo or this is a bad zoo, and gives them like an official accreditation, sort of like universities have. Okay. Okay. So we're going to try and use some of the words from the text. So we have sentences and we have a gap, and we need to fill in the gap. So we'll start with, let's see, Wilmer, if you want to start with number one, read the sentence and then let us know which word you think would fit.
Okay, teacher. I'm gonna read first. The
Yeah.
of animals in zoos should be a priority, so they need spacious and clean enclosures and appropriate food.
Hmm.
And this I'm gonna choose is then a minute. Eh, habitat?
Hmm. Yeah, habitat,
It's habitat?
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, habitat. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. I'm just going to cross out on the list habitat. And Danielle, which one would you say for number two? Or if you want to read number two and then let us know which one.
Yes. A program, it is an important way for zoos to ensure endangered species have offspring and don't die out. Uh, I would say accredited. Or no,
Okay.
maybe no. Uh,
So we have a clue here that's the letter A.
yes, I know.
Um,
That's
okay.
what the way I discovered that is not accredited.
Okay.
Welfare?
Okay, let's try it. We can put welfare and we can see if that works. Okay. Number three, Isa.
Zoos can help encourage animals by raising of their problems in the wild. The zoos can help encourage animals by raising. Oh my God, could be life,
Sorry?
life by raising life of their problems.
Oh no, one of the
Mm.
words on the right-hand side. So we have five words. We know that habitat was the right one for number one. We think maybe welfare for number two.
What is
So
the
we
other?
have accredited,
Okay,
awareness,
breathing. Awareness,
okay,
awareness.
awareness. Yeah, awareness. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the clue that we have for that is that some words go together like more frequently than other words. And in the case of awareness, one of the words that goes with it very often is raising, raising awareness. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Um, let's see. Nata, number four.
Enclosures in a zoo should look as close as possible to the natural of the animals. Natural.
So it might be one of the ones that we used before.
Maybe so we have used habitat welfare awareness. Breathing, no, or yes.
So we actually already used this word in a different context.
Okay, so accredit.
So it was actually habitat that is close to their natural habitat.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
the word is okay.
yeah. So it's actually habitat. Um, and then for this one, it's the welfare of the animals. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So yeah, sometimes we find ourselves and there's a word that doesn't fit. And so that there. Let's see. And then let's
Two,
see.
two is breathing.
Breeding. Yep, yep,
Breathing.
exactly. Okay. And Wilmer, can you do number 5 for us?
Okay, teacher. Zoos are one which have been checked and meet international standards, is accredited.
Credited. Exactly. Yep. Yep. So yeah. Let's see. And then Isa, what is breeding? What does that word mean?
So breathing is like it's, it's like a raza, right? So
Yeah.
oh,
Like if you
a kind of animals, a different
yeah,
kind of
like
animals. Ah, okay.
yeah, in this case for conservation, but it could also be profit. So in the
Okay.
case of like dogs, breeding, we take the dogs and we put them together to make new dogs for money. But in the case of zoos, they put the dogs together in order to conserve, to make sure that animal doesn't die out.
Okay. For the conservation.
Okay. Did anybody go to a zoo as a child? I think maybe someone went to Santa Cruz.
Daniel.
Danielle went to
Yes,
Santa
sometime
Cruz.
when I was a teenager, but it was when I was a child, it was very common that some clubs, like for example the Jaime Duque Park, or
Hmm.
clubs like vacational clubs around Bogota, they have last like small zoos
Mm-hmm.
with some species, mm, 10 or 15 or even less than that.
So there used to be small zoos around Bogota,
Yeah. That's more for domestic animals. It's more
like a
common.
petting zoo.
It's like a pet. Yes.
Like a petting zoo is like sheep, llamas,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, maybe pigs or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I haven't been to a
horses,
horse. Yeah, horse. Yeah,
hens.
like farm animals.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Avestruz. I don't know how you say avestruz.
Oh, ostrich. Yeah, ostrich.
Yeah, do
Okay.
you remember in Villalba?
Yeah, I thought it was an ebu, but it's actually an
So
ostrich.
babies.
Yeah.
Dogs, duck.
Yeah, there were ducks there. Yeah, there were
Yeah.
ducks from the Seattle. Yeah. It's like, hey
Yeah,
guys. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
And let's see, not the second question. If you want to read the question, then give us your thoughts.
Do you think zoos raise awareness about animals or not?
Yeah, what
Um,
do you think?
do you? I was going to ask if you want the answer. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, I guess I think many things about that because for one side, the zoos can take care of the animals. For example, if they are um, mm, bad treat, I don't know if that says like that, like maltratados, bad treat.
Um, Bad trip?
I don't know if that is the word, but maltratados.
Oh, bad. Oh, maltratado. Like mistreated. Yeah, mistreated.
Okay, if
Yeah,
they
to.
are mistreated, I think that is a good option. Or maybe if they are disappearing, it's a good option to be in a zoo, and in that way that raise awareness about animals. But in the other side, I think that if they are close in one space, and if that is not their habitat, could not be so good for them. So
Mm,
could be two ways or two answers.
mm. Yeah, so it's like we have a phrase in English. We say like cut and dry. It means like very simple and straightforward. So we might say like this situation is not cut and dry. Like it's more complicated than that. Okay. And what do you think, Wilmer? Do you think that zoos raise awareness?
In my opinion, yes, because the zoos protected of the animals. The zoos are building or built a specific habits for them. For example, for the lion, the zoos buildings, special building, special meats, special waters. If the lions or tigers are sick, the zoos will they protect her or take care them. For me, it's a good idea for the awareness for the citizens or population. It's a good idea for awareness.
Yeah, so like they become aware. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, that's good. So you talked about habitats, so kind of using some of the vocabulary from before, and then we have that the zoos will protect the animals, and talking about like how people and citizens are impacted. So yeah, that's really good. And then I liked not the you said like on the one hand, like introducing like one point, on the other hand, like kind of showing the contrast between the two.
Yes, I
So
saw that.
yeah,
Thanks
that
for
was
that.
good. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we have a little bit more reading. This time it's the argument against the zoos. So. We will have Danielle, if you want to start. We'll have from the very beginning to stressed.
Okay. On the other hand, keeping animals in captivity puts them into a different environment to their natural one, which can make them bored and stressed.
And make them bored or stressed. Um, so like you were talking about before, Daniel, that there's the natural habitat, there's also the artificial habitat, and that can be what we call captivity. So like being trapped. Captivity is like being trapped. Okay. And then Isa, if you want to read the rest of the paragraph.
Okay. Many zoos don't provide animals with enough space of stimulation to give them a good quality of life. Moreover, moreover,
Moreover, yeah.
humans don't have the right to capture animals and keep them for entertainment, putting excuse me, putting endangered species.
Endangered, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, endangered. This is a new word for me. And then endangered species into zoos.
Endangered. Mm-hmm.
Endangered species into zoos only lowers their numbers in the wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we can see that this is an argument coming from kind of the opposite direction, that the first two paragraphs was arguing in favor, and now we see we're arguing against. Um, Isa, what does it mean to capture something?
So, for example, when the people have like a hobby to capture animals like monkeys, they don't have
Mm-hmm.
permissions, or they don't have able to have this kind of. Some people take it like a sport to
Mm-hmm.
the capture animals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For example, me, my parrot. Oh my God.
Did you capture it or did you buy it?
No, I capture. No, she
Oh.
arrived to my house in an appointment. And I say, okay, because it's difficult if you have a parrot in your house. It's very
Mm-hmm.
normal in this kind of small towns, like an appointment.
An
So
appointment.
yes, an appointment is close to Bogota. But
Oh, the town
Rosita,
of Anapoima. Okay.
yes, yes, it's in a small town. And Rosita arrived to my house. And my family say, okay, what happened with Rosita? So Rosita need some special cares. So I decide
Mm-hmm.
to bring Rosita to my house in Bogota. But the other
Okay.
way is difficult for she provide food and other kind of. She needs an special environment. So in an
Mm.
appointment is difficult. Probably she in this moment will be podría estar or could be die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we could say that like in captivity, like they need the right environment. And then we could also say that um yeah, like sometimes they're not enough stimulation, right?
Okay, exactly.
Yeah. But Rosita gets lots of stimulation being in your house.
Yeah,
So,
she have.
yeah. Okay, cool. Um, yeah. Okay. And then we have a small paragraph. So we will do nata if you want to read the first half to the word forever.
Okay. About the question, why should animals be kept in zoos? Most animals which are bred in zoos are never released back into their natural habitat, but are kept in captivity forever.
And Wilmer, if you want to finish the paragraph.
Yeah, teacher. By visiting zoos, children are simply being taught that it's right to capture and keep animal in cage rather than being taught any empathy.
Empathy. Yeah.
Empathy.
Okay. So what are the arguments that are being made, Wilmer, in this last paragraph? It's saying that zoos are bad, but why is it saying that they're bad?
For example, is no the cage. The cage are bueno, for example, the zoos and the children's thought on the what is the normal captures or animal captures in the zoos.
Yeah, exactly. So children
And the
learn
children learned don't empathy with the animals.
and put them in zoos. Yeah. So I could say like instead of empathy.
Instead of
hmm
empathy.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. So now we're going to practice the vocabulary from these reading, and then we have to wrap up. So
Okay.
this will be our last exercise, I think. Um, okay, so we'll start with Wilmer, if you want to do number one.
Okay. It is important for animals to have to keep them calm and happy.
hmm
Mm, stimulation.
Stimulation. I think that sounds good. Yeah, let's try it. Okay. Number two, Danielle.
Mm, let me see. It is it is difficult to release animals bred in captivity into the wild.
hmm Yeah, perfect. Okay. And then Isa.
Eh, Captivity is an structure with no, a cage is an structure with birds in which zoo animals are often kept.
Yeah. Yeah, that are often kept in cages. Okay. And last but not least, Nata.
Um,
Number
um,
four.
some people argue that animals should not be kept in captivity.
Captivity. Yeah, perfect.
Captivity.
Okay, awesome. Well, great job today, everybody. We were able to make it, part of the way through, but there's a number of more slides if we hadn't. So I will send you a copy of this slide deck with the notes via email, and then we can coordinate for our next class, which should be 1 week from today on Monday at the same time. Okay.
Thanks, Spence.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank you for
much.
participating. Yeah, it's great to have you.
Thank you, Spence.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Spence.